right, everyone. Today I'd like to touch on intimacy and sex in your relationship and how it can be impacted by your busy life, families, and even just how long you've been together.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How long?
We've been together 11 years.
So we've been together 11 years, and we've had our ups and our downs, and we've got 4 kids, 2 dogs, a cat, a bird, 2 turtles, and then the princess wife. And what happens is a lot of times you lose time for one another. So one of the big things is you just say about 6 years in, maybe 5.
4.
Or 4, whatever she
called
says.
the 4-year curse, everyone.
Yeah,
Usually
but we lost time for one another, which means we just did the kid thing. We came home, we feed, we do what we need to do. We, pay the bills, and we went to sleep. And you're not having those extracurricular activities, or it's just, is Nicole?
He means sex.
Yeah, or just going through and you're just doing it to do it, not because it means anything, but that's what you're supposed to do.
I would agree with that.
So we're having a series that we're going to do. We don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but we want to help people to be more intimate and to have a better relationship with their partner. And we believe part of that is the intimacy that ends up turning into amazing sex.
I would agree. A lot of people have an issue with, feeling obligated to have sex, forgetting to enjoy having sex. Women tend to be so exhausted at the end of the day, they may just lie there. Let's do it. Let's go to sleep. It's not uncommon for us, ladies, as you know, to lay there thinking about what we have to do the next day. Did you know that?
I did not.
They're planning out our schedules for the week. Do we have any assignments due for school? I'm a student. Do we have, any big meetings tomorrow we have to prepare for? Are we sitting there waiting for it to be done because we're just so tired? And men.
I was doing about that 5-year mark, or 4, whatever she said. When you're working 12 hours a day and you're just exhausted, like falling asleep on the couch, if you're working in manufacturing and you're in a heat box, all that stuff plays into it. So, but my question is if you're working 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, I get it. You got to pay the bills. But if what are you working for at that point, right? So if you're working 12 hours a day, but you can't invest any time with what you're working for, because we all worked, we all hustled so that we could get the woman. So now that you got the woman, now you work. Now you're not being able to get what you work for. So if you're not getting what you work for, then what was the point, right? Your whole life you're chasing tail.
Are you saying you only work for sex?
Well, yeah, well, that's what we did, man. We just wanted tail. I mean, when you're a young 20-year-old guy, it's pretty much what you do, right? So, what we're trying to do here is just kind of educate people. We've come a long way in our relationship, and, we have tons of sex, so it's really good. And like she went away for 10 days, and there's some things that we do that try to help us to be,
to reconnect,
to mesh together. But I think we put each other first more now than we did before. But all that plays in with the intimacy role and how that equals to better sex. So let me ask you guys a question, and I want you to think about this. You can comment below if you feel the need.
Also ask questions.
Yep. Are you having sex just to have sex? Are you just laying there? Is it bad sex?
Not just if it's bad sex. Is it just to do it? I mean.
Well, yeah, but if it's just to do it, it's bad sex.
Not necessarily. How many you didn't have one night stands, did you?
Yeah, but if you're with a person and she lays there, then it's bad sex.
If you love your partner.
We apologize. There's a lot of bugs today out here on our walk and talk, but we just want you to ask the question: is what you have a good thing?
What do you define as good sex in your relationship?
Do you, for instance, are you doing it 3 times a week, 5 times a week,
every day,
twice a day? I mean, what's overdoing it? What's the perfect mojo for you? So at this point, what we're going to do is in the next video, we're going to kind of go into, you know, how we're keeping it real, what we've really done to push the envelope to be, with the intimacy part means you're more one with your partner. And by being one with your partner, you're able to communicate better in bed. And we're going to go down all those lines. So
we'll also elaborate on struggles that we've had and what we did to fix those problems.
So please post below. And my question is how long do you go? Do you plan it? Does it just happen? And how many times are you doing it a week? Post below, and we'll see you in the next episode. And it's definitely going to get hotter and sexier.
Bye.
1, 2, 3 to the